All right. So 2004, Bobby Crosby for the Athletics won the Rookie of the Year, and won it comfortably. 239 batting average, 22 home runs, 64 RBIs, 130 hits. Played really good defense for them. Like he did everything in 2004, and that was it. He was the 3.3 WAR in 2004. He had 5.4 career WAR for the entirety of his career, not like in addition to, but his whole career. It was all 2004.
Yeah.
And he was really good for them. I mean, his numbers were good. He played good defense, won the Rookie of the Year. Like he was the future. He was the guy they were going to build around. And then all of a sudden, he wasn't. And he was just dreadful for them. I mean, just so bad.
Yeah.
And another guy who, health issues, consistency issues, just never was able to put it together.
Yeah. Yeah, when Harrison sent me his list of these guys, I go, "Oh, Bobby Crosby is such a good one." Like literally word for word what you just said, John. Like absolutely. I was
Well,
like,
and I,
"Damn."
I almost picked on the other Rookie of the Year winner the A's had, which was Ben Grieve.
Yeah.
A similar guy who came up, had a monster season, and basically disappeared.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
that's a great one.
there was a lot of these guys in the late '90s, early 2000s that came up, had a good season or two, and then were gone.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was with that era. If it was just that there was just that much talent pushed these guys out, but I mean, Crosby was the future of that organization, and then he was just a complete shell of himself after that. No All-Star games, no nothing. I mean, I think he played one full season after that. A lot of like half seasons.
Yeah.
Seasons hitting 229, 226, 220, and just then he ended up in Pittsburgh, then Arizona. It was just terrible, terrible, terrible.
Yeah. All right. 2006, Joel Zumaya for the Tigers. So 6-3 win-loss record, a sub-2 ERA, 1.94, 97 Ks, 83 and one-third innings pitched. His highest inning total after 2006 was 38 and a third.
Because he loved his Guitar Hero, baby. Wah!
My goodness. So yeah, career 305 ERA after that.
That's
Absolutely
terrible.
flash in the pan right there.
The guy
But
ruined his career by overplaying Guitar Hero and causing damage to his wrist.
yeah,
Like, think about that for a second. How much Guitar Hero are you playing to cause permanent damage to your wrist?
apparently quite a bit.
And who throws away a baseball career to play friggin' Guitar Hero?
Maybe he was really freaking good at Guitar Hero.
I hope he was. I mean, he better be like the best Guitar Hero player ever.
Yeah, but yeah, that was
I mean,
crazy
he
one.
was so like elite, just crazy velocity, and then gone.
Imagine going into the office and telling your manager that, like, "Hey, I think I need a stint on the IL." "Oh, how'd you hurt your wrist? Like falling out of the shower or falling anywhere?" Like, "No, too much Guitar Hero."
Dude, but I mastered the expert level of this song. You should see it.
Yeah,
I don't want to
yeah,
see it. Put the damn game away.
yeah, absolutely crazy.
But I mean,
But
could you imagine throwing a career away over a video game? I'll never understand that one. That one was so crazy at the time.
yeah, wild.
All right. This might be a half season wonder, really, for Chase Headley. So 2012, Chase Headley for the Padres, 286 batting average, 31 home runs, 115 RBI, slugged 498. He won the only Gold Glove and Silver Slugger of his career this season. He hit 8 home runs in the first half and 23 home runs in the second half. It may be one of the best single halves of baseball in baseball history. Like his second half was so elite. But you look at it, he played 12 seasons, hit 130 total home runs in 12 seasons, so 90 more home runs in 11 years. Never won another Gold Glove, and never won another Silver Slugger. Most of us remember him going to the Yankees, where he was a complete friggin' disaster.
Yeah,
He's fight with managers, getting ejected from games. I mean, his career just went right off the rails. And honestly, when you look at it, like outside of the season, there wasn't much from him,
no,
but he got paid by the Yankees for it.
Yeah, again, that goes back to what I was talking about the contracts. It was like, oh, you got paid for what you did previously in your career versus what we hope you will do. But
Yeah,
dang.
another guy who he'd had some injury issues, some consistency issues. He also seemed to have some. He also seemed to be a bit of a head case. But he got to New York and fell apart. He played one more season in San Diego, and then fell apart.
Yeah. 1999, Fernando Tatis Sr. for the Cardinals. So 3.0 WAR in 99. His next highest was in 2000 at a 1.6. 298 batting average, 34 homers, 107 RBIs, 104 runs scored. Next highest home run total was 18. And his next highest RBI total was 64. So, I mean, breakout season, and then that was it.
It was all about the grand slams, man.
Well, I mean, yeah, he'll be forever cemented in MLB history because I'm going to go out on a limb and say that will never, ever happen again.
Boy, could you? I mean, that was wild. I remember it happening, and it was just like, how? Like,
Off
how in the
Chanho,
hell?
off Chanho Park, both of them too. Like, first of all, why are the Dodgers keeping him in, getting shelled like that?
Yeah.
Other than just trying to get outs, and obviously he couldn't that day.
Yeah, I was just trying to eat the bullpen up that early in the game.
But yeah, crazy. But yeah,
Terrible.
Fernando Tatis, 1999.
Well, I think people tend to remember Tatis as a really solid, like a really, really good major leaguer. And he really wasn't. He had a
No.
season and a half where he was really good. Otherwise, he was pretty mediocre.
Yep. Yeah.
He was just on that Cardinals team with all those other guys, all those other names.
Yep. For sure.
All right.
This is a fun one, Harrison.
This is one of my favorite. This might be my all-time one season wonders. And I'm going back to college for this one because most of you remember this guy. So 1999, Marshall McDougall for the Seminoles. He's most remembered for going 7 for 7 with 6 home runs and 16 RBIs against Maryland. All came in one game. That season, he hit 419, 28 home runs, 160 RBI, 106 RBIs. He slugged 804 in only 71 games. Only 71 games. He got drafted in the 9th round in 2000 by Oakland, and he went 3 for 18 in his career. Never had more than he had. Literally had a cup of coffee for 1 year with for actually not even 1 year, 18 games I think or 15 games with Texas, and that was it. The guy was decent in the minors, not great. Got to the majors, couldn't hit, got sent down, never came back. But to me, he's one of the all-time like what ifs for college players. He was the next big thing. He got taken in the 9th round because he only played 2 years of college baseball. They weren't sure what to expect of him. His second season was good, but not nearly this good. Smaller guy, didn't project as a great major leaguer, but you thought you were going to get something from him, and you got nothing. 3 hits in his whole career.
Those 6 home runs he hit in that game, though, all of them were absolute tanks.
Oh, they're bombs.
All 6 of them were absolutely insane. Like,
oh my goodness.
6 home runs in a game is absolutely wild. But I mean, that clip's been going around for a while too. If you haven't seen it, you need to look it up. It is crazy. But yeah, I mean, that's absolutely a wonder. Like if you do that in college, like you do that at any level, it's impressive.
Yeah.
Let alone
I just put a link in the
college.
chat to a little 2-minute video kind of recapping that game. But I mean, I think it was 6 home runs, 16 RBIs. It was 25 total bases or something insane. Like it was bananas. The records that'll never be touched.
No.
And that whole season, I mean, he was the player of the year. They got all the way to the finals in the College World Series. Like, as a big Seminole fan, I always thought he would be one of those guys you look back on years down the road going, oh yeah, like look at his pro career. Never had one.
No. Crazy.